All right, guys and girls. I had to answer a question today. Today is October 23rd, 2024. The question was, hey, what do you need from me to do my tax return? Yeah, this is a guy who's got a late tax return. And you'll see on my screen, we're going to go through that. But my answer to him was, hey, are your books and records up to date? The very most important thing that you can do for your CPA or tax preparer is to have your bank accounts reconciled. Everyone gets wrapped up in how do I code this and how do I code that. That's fairly easy for us to fix as CPAs. When I get a set of books and I go straight to the bank account, I look at the balance, then I go and look for bank reconciliations where the person has gone through and checked and made sure that everything was there and the bank agrees with the financial statements, with what's in their accounting software. When I can go there and see that there weren't just a bunch of arbitrary adjustments made, when I can see that there's effort put into the fact that, hey, yes, this person kept track of their bank records, did the bank reconciliations, they're all here, there are no crazy adjustments because they just got lazy and clicked adjust and finish, then I'm able to know right then that without a doubt 100% of those transactions that went through that bank account are there. They may not be coded correctly, there may be other issues, but they're there. That is huge because now I don't have to go figure out what I'm missing. I would have to go in and manually do bank reconciliations for all of this time, whatever it may be, for a year or whatever. And when I have to do that, it takes more time. But when I can get a set of books and I know that all of the bank reconciliations are done, I can look at the bank balance, I can see that it's a normal balance, not negative $1 million or positive $1 million or whatever, then I know they're all there. Now I can move on to classification, other transactions, things that I need to do from a CPA standpoint. So with that said, do your bank recs, do your bank reconciliations, take effort and make that work and make it right. Once you do that, then our job becomes much easier. But this person asked me, what do you need? And I said, send me a general ledger. I didn't have access to his QuickBooks. He was using QuickBooks, but we hadn't done all that yet. But I'm like, just send me the general ledger. You don't need profit and loss. You don't need, just send me the general ledger. Most CPAs will ask for a general ledger or trial balance, unless they do the bookkeeping themselves. So with that said, let's talk about a general ledger. What is it? A general ledger is nothing more than a list of all of your financial accounts in your bookkeeping system. Every account, your bank account, your fixed asset accounts, your equipment accounts, your owner accounts like owner equity or draws or what have you, your revenue accounts, your expense accounts. It's 100% list of everything. And I ask my clients, send me a general ledger, a cumulative general ledger, meaning a beginning and an ending date. If we're working on a tax return, I need to start with January of 2024 through December of 2024. That's cumulative in nature. It's not by month. It's cumulative for the year. Could be cumulative for 5 years, whatever the case. But generally it's for the year. So let's just go look. Let me get you here and you can see where I'm going. But if we go over to reports, and this is QuickBooks Online, whatever software you use, that's entirely up to you. But if we scroll down, here are the favorite reports up at the top, and I can star a general ledger and make it a favorite. But let's scroll down to, generally it's under accountants, for my accountant. I don't know if you can see that. And here you have general ledger. Let's click it. This is a sample company with QuickBooks, so don't bother looking at the information. But you see up here month to date, and this is for a month. Let's make it custom. Let's make it last year. I don't know that this sample company will have last year's information, but let's just see. Run report. And it doesn't. All right, so it's a sample company. We'll make it through today. Let's see what they have. All right, let me scoot this down so you can see a better list. What you see is, starting with the checking account here, you'll see a beginning balance. You see all the transactions. We can scroll down, and you're not able to see the dates on the side, but trust me, they're all 2024 dates here. And you're able to see the net change, $1,201, and the ending balance. So the beginning balance must have been 0. But at any rate, it shows me the transactions. Here it shows me, okay, you can tell where they put in the open balance. So that's what happened. It actually started out with 0 in the bank. And here they put in an opening balance, $5,000. So the change for the year was, scroll back up, $1,201 and an ending balance of $1,201. That's the first account. You scroll through, here we have a savings account. You scroll on down, here we have a inventory account. So what this does is it gives not only the CPA or tax preparer the beginning balance, but it gives them all of the changes. I'm able to see where inventory here was paid for, where checks were written. Let's scroll on down. Let's look at this account. That's open. No, it's design income. I'm able to see what payments were made, who was billed for their services. I'm able to see the beginning balance. Of course, your revenue starts with 0 if you're starting a new year. And then the net change is $2,250. And it ends with the balance because we're not yet starting the new year. So with that, I'm able to not only look at the balances, check the balances, but I'm able to see all of these transactions, and if they're not recorded properly, I'm able to make the change. My point with that is, there is another report that you'll hear often called a trial balance. Let's go back to reports and see if we can find this trial balance. I don't want to dig too much into this rabbit hole of general ledgers, but just know that that general ledger, all of those accounts, separately, groups of those accounts will go to different reports. So this balance sheet report, let's look at it. As of, let's just say right now, this year to date, here's that $1,201 we looked at a while ago. So that checking account went here, the savings account goes here, accounts receivable goes here. But if you'll notice, it's only asset and liability accounts. That's what a balance sheet account is. The profit and loss don't go here as separately stated items. The grouping of the profits minus the losses will go here in the form of this number, net income. That means all of our income items that we saw on the general ledger minus all of our expense items that we saw on the general ledger nets equals $1,642. That's what this company has made year to date. So that's where those other accounts arrive at the balance sheet. Okay? With that just said, we can go back to the income statement. and you probably guessed, the profit and loss statement, same as an income statement. This year to date, run report. You'll see. Here we go. Here are all of the income items and expense items. But you notice there are no asset items, no balance sheet items, no cash account, no savings account, no inventory, no etc. Here's our number at the bottom. That's what flowed to the balance sheet. So just know that all of these reports, they're not mutually exclusive. They include all of the records of the business. They're just not separately stated. So let's put it that way. That's why the general ledger is so important. It lists everything for us. Every account we're able to check, verify, correct. And when we do that, when we correct that general ledger, I know all of my other statements now are correct. Everything. Don't have to worry about anything. So let's back up and go to one other report before I get out of this that you may be asked for. Your CPA may say, send me a trial balance. Let's find it. It's probably for your accountant. Let's go down here. For my accountant. Trial balance. Here it is. Click it. Run report. Oh, that's just for the month, but that's okay. Now let's do it for the year. This year to date. Run report. All right. Trial balance as of today. It gives you the balances. These are nothing more than the ending balances of everything I just showed you on the general ledger account. But in my opinion, what good does this do? Because I don't see the transactions. I get this and I can say that looks reasonable, but I don't see the individual transactions to each one of these accounts. That's why the general ledger is usually requested, and it's much more important. Sometimes you'll get a working trial balance. I'm not going to bore you with finding it, but it'll start with the beginning balances. It'll have 2 columns for the change in the balance and an ending balance, which I can see all that from the general ledger. So, with that said, when your CPA asks you for a general ledger, now you know why. Or if you just don't know what to send, if you have your own business of some sort, whether it be landscaping or even a partnership or whatever, even your personal, you can keep track of accounting in such a manner. The first thing to start out is know that your bank accounts are reconciled. That's huge. The next thing, send your accountant or CPA or whoever a general ledger for the entire period that they're working on. If they're working on a month, send them the month. If they're working on the year for the tax return, send them the general ledger for the entire year. Boom, you got it. All right. I hope that helps, because I had that question, what do I send you? This is not personalized advice again. Your situation may be different, but this generally explains what CPAs need and why they request a cumulative general ledger. All it is, again, is the entire period. Leave me a comment if you have some questions. Let me know what you would like to see. I'm just going through and answering the daily questions that I answer or that I get asked in video format. And hopefully you'll like and subscribe, and we can continue to build. I'll be happy to answer any question you have. All right, till next time. Thank you.